All right, let's dive into the world of the modern butcher shop. Because, in today's market, being successful is about so much more than just a perfect cut of meat. It's really about mastering every single step of your product's journey, from the moment it arrives on the truck to when it goes home with a customer. We call this operational excellence, and honestly, it's the real key to boosting your profits and making sure your customers are safe. So let's start with the big question that every single person in food retail should be asking themselves. How does your product's journey, every little thing that happens to it inside your shop, actually unlock more profit and build that rock-solid customer trust? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. Okay, here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 5 critical stages. First, we'll lay the foundation of excellence. Then we'll hit that all-important first checkpoint, receiving products. After that, it's into the heart of the shop, storage. Then we'll get strategic with the brain of the business, production planning. And we'll wrap it all up with the ultimate seal of trust, traceability. Right, first up, the foundation of excellence. And here's the most important thing to get straight away. This isn't about one good day or some heroic effort. No, it's a system. It's a continuous chain of best practices that you have to follow day in and day out, no exceptions. It pretty much all boils down to this one idea. Productivity is directly linked to the flow of products and the organization of the workshop. So what does that really mean? Well, think about it. A messy, disorganized shop isn't just chaotic to look at, it's literally costing you money. A smooth, logical flow from the back door to the front counter is what really drives your bottom line. So let's get to that first checkpoint, receiving products. I want you to think of your delivery door as your most critical line of defense. Seriously, whatever happens right there at that moment sets the standard for quality and safety for everything that follows. A safe reception really comes down to 4 steps that are just non-negotiable. First, the vehicle itself. Is it clean, properly licensed, disinfected? Second, temperature. Don't just take the driver's word for it. Check the temperature log, sure, but also check the product's temperature yourself. This is so crucial. Third, the packaging. You're looking for any rips, tears, any damage that could cause contamination. And fourth, the documents. Does the paperwork match exactly what you ordered? This isn't just about red tape. It's your very first quality guarantee. Okay, so the product is safely inside. Now we're in the heart of the operation, storage. And let me tell you, proper storage is about way more than just keeping things cold. You're actively protecting your products, your customers, and at the end of the day, your entire reputation. Just look at this slide. The difference is night and day, right? On the left, you've got the right way to do it. Packaged poultry is kept completely separate from unpackaged meat. You got to prevent that cross-contamination. Different work surfaces, clean area, all good. But on the right, oh boy, that's the danger zone. Raw products touching, meat stored next to cleaning chemicals, and nobody's keeping a close eye on the temperature. These aren't small mistakes. These are major, major risks. Now, a golden rule of good storage is something called FIFO. It stands for first in, first out. And it's a really simple but incredibly powerful principle. Whatever products come in first have to be the ones that go out first. This system is your absolute best defense against spoilage, and that means less waste, more profit, and it guarantees that every customer is getting the freshest product you have. All right, let's shift gears and move into what I like to call the brain of the business, production planning. This is where you go from just reacting to what people buy to actually thinking ahead. It's all about anticipating what your customers want and aligning your entire workshop to meet that demand. Smart production is all about timing. It follows the seasons. Just look at this. In the summer, everyone's having barbecues, right? So the focus has to be on speed and quantity, churning out souvlaki, burgers, and sausages. But then Easter comes around, and demand totally shifts to traditional lamb and goat. And for Christmas, it's all about those festive pork and meat roasts. Planning like this is how you maximize your sales and stop wasting money on products no one is buying. And that brings us to the final link in our chain of excellence, the thing that really seals the deal with your customers, traceability. This is your power to tell the complete story of your product, from the stamp it got at the slaughterhouse all the way to the final receipt in your customer's hand. So, what exactly is traceability? In simple terms, it's the ability to track a piece of meat through every single stage of its journey. It creates this verifiable, unbroken chain that links the product you're selling right back to the specific animal it came from. This is what real transparency looks like, and it's how you build genuine trust. So how does this information actually flow? Well, it all starts with that official oval stamp at the slaughterhouse. That stamp tells you the country of origin and the slaughterhouse's approval number. Then, when you weigh the product, your modern scales can automatically print a label with all that crucial data. And finally, and this is key, that same information has to be printed on the customer's final sales receipt. It's a seamless flow of information. And let me be perfectly clear about this. This is not optional. It is absolutely mandatory by law to print the country of origin on that final receipt. This isn't just a good idea, it's a legal requirement, designed to protect and empower consumers so they know exactly what they're paying for. So, to make sure you've got it covered, what exactly has to be on that receipt? You need the type of meat, beef, pork, poultry, etc. You need the country of origin, or if they're different, both the country of breeding and slaughter. And of course, the exact weight. You might also see special notes, like for meat from locally bred animals, which a lot of customers really value. This is the kind of detail that turns a simple transaction into a trustworthy one. You know, this quote just says it all. The chain of excellence is built link by link. Every single step we've talked about, from checking that delivery truck to printing a detailed receipt, is a crucial link in that chain. And every link that you make stronger helps build and protect your most valuable asset, your customer's trust. So, we'll leave you with this thought. Operational excellence is a journey. It's not a one-and-done thing. There's always room to get better, to be more efficient, to be safer. So take a hard look at your own operation and ask yourself, what's my next step? Which link in my chain am I going to strengthen next?